Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are going to finish up making a DZUS M4 rail out of aluminum. So, stay tuned, here we go. Hopefully we finish it today. So, this is a whole lot of typewriter machining, back, forth, and we are literally just hogging out material. So it's starting out about 3/4 bar. Had to measure it every once in a while, and we essentially need to thin it down to 0.63. Either that or we can start on, put it in, so that was the 0.63. Now we're shifting over to the 0.3, which is not leaving a whole lot of material room between the vise and the cutter, but we did a little bit of math. It's 1.75 inches on my vise jaws, so we just offset it correctly. Then I wasn't able to hold it on the bottom because there's only 0.1 of material, so I had to flip it sideways, and there's 0.17, which was just barely enough to clear the vise jaws. So we did this to make that little L profile, getting it all nice and shaped, I guess. Lots of back and forth. Definitely typewriter machining. Putting it in the other direction, finding the edges here, getting the centers and all the edges. That way we could drill all the side holes, but the camera of course cut out when we did that, so here is drilling and tapping the top holes. Here's the tap, going up and down, and repeating a lot. I managed to essentially solidify some metal inside of the tap, so I had to pick it out of there. It was jamming. This is a chamfer, and now we're doing some wet sanding. Trying to figure out a good method. Seems like the diagonal is a good method. Do some of the back, some of the top, and it's essentially a whole lot of the same, so we are going to skip through a bunch of that. Alright, so there was a whole bunch of sanding, and the product of that is this beautiful little metal rail. So I only did 3 holes for the bottom because this was mostly for material saving, so there's only 3 for mounting it. Then on the top, there's the full width of them, but I have to say, it turned out quite well. Like, the finish is not bad. I didn't spend a huge amount of time sanding. I didn't go into the really high grits. The backs are tapped. Tons of holes on the top, but this did take a while to do, especially from the round stock, because squaring that up, turning it into a bar, and then profiling it, there were 2 major problems that I had with this. Wow, that's surprisingly strong. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. There were 2 major problems with building this. One, I only have 6-inch vise jaws, so I would definitely need to either make bigger vise jaws, get a bigger vise, get a second vise, or I would need to cut this down into a 6-inch chunk, which is yay big-ish. Definitely doable, but I'd have to move where the holes are, that way they would line up inside of the taps. But for now, this is pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. I'm not sure I'm going to install it, purely because of the fact that this took forever to make, and I'm probably not going to make more unless you guys are interested in getting some of these rails. Hopefully I can make some longer ones, or if I have a copious amount of free time, which doesn't happen too often. Anyways, thank you guys for watching me make this. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.